Welcome to episode 7 of 4NZ Gamers. I'm your host, Phil Brooks. Today I am joined by James Jennings,
Sup?
Dave Watson,
Sup?
James Brooks.
Hey.
And we're going to do what we usually do. We get together once a fortnight to have a chat about games and movies, so let's kick into it. Okay, so in this section we're going to have a little chat about our E3 predictions, probables and possibles of each conference. So it's coming up pretty soon. June 14th, I believe, is kickoff day. Yeah, Bethesda has their own booth this year and their own time slot, and they've got, no doubt, a few things to announce, one would imagine. So what do we think the probables are, the things that are most likely going to be announced?
Well, we've definitely got Doom.
Doom is definite,
Doom.
yep.
It's slated definite gameplay release for a trailer.
And what do you think about that? Happy? Excited?
I'm fucking excited.
Yeah, I know you are.
Doom's my favourite.
I'm excited.
FPS.
Yeah?
And I'm not a game guru, but yeah, very excited because it's one of my childhood games, my first sort of shooter ups, you know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of sounds and images that come back with that game. It's really nostalgic for me.
Sticks with you.
Yeah.
You know? Especially that door. What's that door sound? You know.
Yeah.
It brings back what the fuck's behind this door. You know,
Yeah.
as a child, so I get very excited even just hearing about Doom. So I mean, if it's true to its original.
Yeah.
Well,
Very
it'll be
excited.
very hard to be true to its original, because the original didn't have up and down, you know?
Well, Doom 2 is what I'm talking about. That was a very, important Doom. I think that was the most popular one during 94, 5.
And
when I was playing.
do you know much about this particular Doom? Like, is it a remake? Are they trying to retell that story from the
Well,
original
based,
ones?
Based on the two trailers we've seen, it looks like it's staying a lot more true to the original ones, more so than Doom 3, which was kind of not even really related at all. It was on a Mars base.
Yeah.
The guns were all different, apart from I think the BFG or something, but
They were probably trying to reinvent the franchise
Yeah.
then, but sometimes you shouldn't reinvent the wheel, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if it's good.
What's I haven't played any of the Dooms. I know about them and I've seen them, watched videos on them and stuff, but they just haven't really been my thing. What's its pull? I know that it was a very violent game, kind of very demonic and stuff like that.
oh yeah.
Bloody and stuff. Is that the pull? Is that what you want
Well,
to do, or is it just a first person shooter but a horror game?
When it came out, it was basically, apart from Wolfenstein, it was kind of the first-person shooter. There wasn't really anything else.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
it did it so well back in the day.
Defined and invented that genre, really, didn't it?
It is the granddaddy of FPSs.
It was before
Unless you
Duke
count
Nukem came
Wolfenstein.
out, so it
Yeah.
was sort of the original.
I think it plays more towards fun than realism, that's for sure. It's more of an arcade type FPS, if you will.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, a lot of people seem very, very excited about Doom.
Oh, there's a lot of fan service.
So,
Look at that
it
trailer,
seems,
it's-
nostalgia.
Mm.
Definitely
and,
is.
yeah, and it's targeted at people like Lance that played it, before, and trying to draw people in and all that kind of stuff. So.
You gonna buy yourself an Xbox One?
Or is it not PC?
Oh.
It'll be
on PC.
On PC here.
Yeah.
Sorry,
not be on PC.
It's a original PC game, but it has to be on PC.
Trying to recruit people to my
Oh my
clan.
gosh! It was the day when you put. Would you like to link into my computer? Dink. Put two computers together. Let's co-op that way. So it was.
Yeah.
It's a game that has a lot of atmosphere.
With Doom though, does it have the potential to be either Game of the Year, or is it not that kind of game? Is it going to get to the point where you see a Doom every year like Call of Duty? Or is it just
it's
a
never been
fancy
that
kind of
sort
thing?
It's like Half-Life. It gets teased out, and
Yeah.
then, or Fallout. And then every 5 years you get a new one. But it's all about graphics at the end of the day with that Doom, I think.
Oh, Doom 3 definitely was. That was the main thing about it. The gameplay sort of fell back behind the new graphical leaps
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah, they're always pushing the boundaries in terms of that. So
Yeah. But
that'll be the selling point.
if they're
Yeah.
going back to the original Doom in terms of we've seen, they're bringing back the first thing teased the big cyber demon, which was the big fuck. I'm going to run away from this guy. Monster. Scary as shit. And then we've seen the super shotguns coming back, which is my favourite gun. I'll use that gun through the whole game of the original Dooms. And the, what's it called? The skeleton that shoots the rockets at you. It starts with an R.
Oh,
It's
Reaver?
It's called a Revenant or something.
Okay.
And it screams, but we've
Yeah.
seen that's come back as well.
Yeah.
In the 3-second gameplay trailer they put out the other week. I'm really excited, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
nice.
exciting.
Well, with the surprise success of Wolfenstein that came out just recently, I guess we should be maybe a little bit excited that this Doom could actually be really, really good. Like, there's a chance they could...
It looks like it's going to be the same engine as Wolfenstein, because it's Bethesda as well, isn't it? Yeah, same engine, but...
so let's hope they do, you know...
Yeah, and I'm hoping it's in the
gold.
same setting as well as the original Dooms, like on Phobos and...
Because what's happened to ID? Are they been absorbed by Bethesda? Because the ID are the original developers of Doom.
They must have.
Yeah. Bethesda basically just owns them, I guess.
I'm not sure.
I actually think I've got Doom in the room.
I've got it on my Steam.
What, you're going to leave us and go and play it?
I got them all on Steam.
No, but I'm getting very nostalgic right now.
I know, we just in the next section, Lance isn't even here. He's just gone. Alright, so next we've got Fallout 4.
Yeah. I'd say, there's a part of me saying, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, that's not really a probable though. It's because it's only really been a leaked sort of tease, hasn't it? There's nothing from Bethesda has been actually
No.
put out there, so it's not a probable. It's more like in the possible section.
Yeah.
I think that might be next year.
But I feel like it's guaranteed. I feel like it has to be a Fallout.
It's been a while, because Skyrim came out, what, 2 years ago almost? Like a year and a half ago now?
And it's coming up 3 almost, isn't it?
Oh, is
It's
it?
been out a while.
God,
it's
it is
pretty
actually,
old.
no, it is actually pretty old now.
Yeah.
2011 was Skyrim.
Wow. So, no, there must be something. 'Cause if it's been that long now.
Well, because, okay, if it's not Fallout, then it would have to be an Elder Scrolls announcement.
No.
And it's not going to be an Elder Scrolls.
No, not
so
yet.
No,
must
Elder
be
Scrolls
Fallout.
taking the backseat.
I mean, there'll be a riot at the conference if they don't announce Fallout. If it closes and there's no Fallout, I reckon someone's going to get shot. So
I don't think it is going to be Fallout. I think Doom is the big headline, and I think they're betting on it being a big. Oh shit! Here we go.
do you think that's why they needed to quickly tease some Doom, because everyone's on the Fallout buzz and they're like, oh, we just need
just
to
kind
let
of
these guys
remind
know
people
it's
that
actually...
hey, we're also doing this game. Because I saw the reveal trailer and then I kind of forgot about it, and I thought, oh fuck, Bethesda's making Doom.
But they're not going to devote an entire conference time to Doom. There needs to be more, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it is the big part of the conference, and then the rest is their other stuff.
Yeah, well, there's also Dishonored 2, which has been leaked,
I never played the first one.
and that's pretty much guaranteed as well, that there's going to be a Dishonored 2.
Right.
There's also looking to be a Dishonored HD remake for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and whatnot.
Jesus.
So that'll be, no doubt, mentioned alongside the Dishonored 2 announcement, if that actually happens. There's Battlecry, which
is that?
it's online sort of action adventure game from Bethesda.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know too much about it, to be honest, but it's another one that they'll no doubt devote some time to.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think how they're going to fill up their time slot if they don't have Fallout, you know?
It'd be nice, but at least remember the last time they did Skyrim, they didn't announce it at E3. They had their own press conference for it.
Right.
So that's their style, you know. They usually have their own sort of. I think that's what they're going with.
And that's what they've done this
so,
time. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't actually show anything, and then maybe a month down the track we do get a Fallout 4.
Yeah, but let's not forget, this isn't like a normal E3 for them where they would sort of tag along into another conference or something like that. They've actually got their own time and their own slot, which is
Yeah,
exactly
that's
what
true.
you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
I think they'll just announce it and that's it.
We might see a trailer or a teaser trailer at the
Yeah.
most. I don't think there'll be anything
They
big.
don't have to show much to get people excited, really. They just have to show
People are
something.
already excited and we don't even know.
Yeah, they'll have to come up with a whole new game engine for it too, because Skyrim's a bit dated now. I don't think they can use that
Oh,
engine again.
definitely. Yeah.
No way.
No, they'll be developing the next engine for the next Elder Scrolls using probably the Fallout 4 engine, I'd say. That's
It'll
that's
have to be a
wishful
new
thinking,
engine.
but hopefully.
I'll be disappointed if it's the same engine.
So, Ubisoft's conference. They are there as well. They're there every year, and this time we're going to be seeing, I guess, some more Assassin's Creed, and probably some Assassin's Creed.
Do they make anything else?
I think...
That's about it.
Yeah, so that's my prediction. Moving right along, we've got the Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which has just been revealed. There's The Division, which has just been delayed.
Yep.
Rainbow Six.
Oh, yeah.
That's the huge... I mean, that game looks amazing. Have you guys seen any of the footage for that?
Not since
Not since
the new console release.
Yeah.
No.
But it looks amazing.
It's been a number for a while, isn't it? Same as Division. They're just they've been out there for too long.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem, eh? Games get announced way too early now.
So I think the problem is, I'm over it. Like, I looked at the Division, I thought, yeah, it looks cool, but after a year, I was just like, oh, what?
Yeah.
I know. Well, it's been delayed, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about the delay? Because there seems to be a lot of delays with a lot of these games, and it's either two things. It's either if it doesn't get delayed and they bring it out on time, the game's unfinished, it's crap, it doesn't work well.
Which is likely with Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Assassin's
and
Creed
there seems to be a lot of this, a lot of games that are coming out that are just screwing up,
patch,
like
yeah.
Halo, the Master Chief Edition, and all this stuff.
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah, Unity. I think Destiny. No, I think Destiny was okay at launch, but there's a lot of these problems with these games with their online, and some games are just taking that time out. I think it's sweet. Why not just bring out a game that's finished?
Oh,
Sometimes they can be too ambitious with bringing the game out. It's going to come out at this time, and it comes out and it's terrible, and then the company lose money. Nobody wants to buy the game, all that kind of stuff. So I don't mind that there's the delay for the Division. The problem with some delays though is that if the delays get too far, for example, Elder Scrolls, which came out on the PC and then the consoles were supposed to be around the same time, and it screwed up, so they had to delay it because they had so much problems with it.
Yeah.
Only now it's coming out. With the other week we talked about it. It's probably missed the train.
Yeah. You know, the relevance factor, you lose it after a while. If you're waiting too long and then the game comes out and the excitement that was generated initially was 2-3 years ago, who's going to care? Everyone's going to be on to different things. I think what you've got to do is maybe not announce these things too soon, you know? Like, otherwise people are just going to be like, especially new franchises, I think, is the key. You don't just bring it out, because what's the other one, that Quantum Break?
Quantum Break.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that, and you know, that looks really good. And I think when it does come out, it's going to be really cool. But if you've got something that's too kind of generic, I'm kind of looking at the Division as being kind of that, like it's just another open world shooting game, but it will be good. It will have some unique aspects to it. But when it comes out, if there's another game that's similar to it, then you're going to run into trouble. You know, because then it's not going to be relevant anymore because someone else has already jumped the gun on you. You know, and that has happened before as well.
So are you saying that the delay shouldn't be that far along?
No, I don't think
they should. If they, oh no, actually,
they shouldn't be too premature with announcements.
With their announcements, yes. Yeah.
They should definitely wait until they've got more, like, closer to the actual release. I think, because I think the Japanese do it really well. Sometimes you don't even know these things are coming until they're there. You know, although The Last Guardian is very guilty of being delayed now for 10 years.
They'll come out for the C3.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What would you say is like the minimum or the maximum?
A year.
A year, I'd say a year.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get fatigued. You get like actual consumer fatigue.
But hardly any company does that though. So why do you think it is that they like to build the hype train so early? Even they must freaking know that they're 2 or 3 years away from release. So why do they do it? Like, what do they possibly gain from pissing people off?
I think it might be a victim of the new console cycle. Like, they had to build buzz for sales.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
So
what it was.
We're kind of on the
So getting pressure.
winding down from the console release, and everyone's like, oh, you know, these games were at least ideas back then, and now we're still like, where are the games?
Yeah.
Yes, very true. Actually.
Does it piss you off when games get delayed? Because it doesn't for me.
No, it doesn't.
I'd rather them take the time out to create a...
What pisses me, I agree, I don't mind it, because I would rather have that polished product at the end of the day. Take all the time you need, make a great game. But the thing that pisses me off is just the fact that I think, why did you let me know about this a year ago, and you gave me like a release date or whatever, and then you pushed that back by another year? Like Arkham Knight said it was coming out last year. And then they released this year. It's like, no way. When they said it was coming out last year, they knew it was nowhere near coming out last year. You know, and that's what pisses me off, is that they literally lied. And for what reason?
Make more DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, really, when you look at how much there is. Witcher 3 had the same thing, no? It was supposed to be released earlier this year in February, but it was pushed back to May. But that's not a long time.
No, see, that's not a long time, and that's just extra polish and blah, blah, blah.
and
6 months max, I think, in terms of delay. That's my thinking.
They were working up to the wire on that game, just finishing up little touches
Witcher.
on Witcher, just making it perfect,
Well,
right up until release.
And to their credit, on release, I didn't have a single issue. It all worked perfectly. It was great.
But we'll save that for the Witcher 3 discussion.
We'll get
Let's save it.
Stick with Ubisoft for now. So those are the probables, the possibles.
Possibles.
Oh, sorry, what? You want to talk about Assassins?
Yeah, let's talk about Assassins.
Okay, let's talk about Assassins.
Assassin's Creed. Syndicate.
Syndicate, alright.
So, 2 weeks ago we had the announcement, gameplay trailer and all that stuff come
big
up.
reveal.
Another Assassin's Creed. Another Call of Duty. What do you guys think about having another Assassin's Creed? I know you're a massive fan. I don't give a shit. What do you think about it?
I franchise fatigue just looking at it.
Yeah.
I've only ever played the first one. I enjoyed it, but I can see the joy that you get out of it, so I can understand like the fun of playing them every year or whatever when they come out.
That is every year at this stage.
But I don't know. I just look at it and I think, I just want something else. I just want something new. And Ubisoft make great games. Let's not be silly about this. They make fantastic games. They're always polished. They're always enjoyable to play. They usually got very good controls and mechanics and the gameplay elements. So I can see why you'd want to keep doing it. But I mean, how many iterations of something do you do before it just becomes tired and stale? Are you feeling that yet?
Oh yeah. I was feeling that with Assassin's Creed 3, and that got sort of critically and from the fans as well a lot of bad sort of press. Black Flag reinvented the series for me and was amazing. It's just all the naval warfare stuff that they sort of really took from Assassin's Creed 3 and just made it. Well, there was more water in Assassin's Creed Black Flag than there was land, So the ships were a huge part of it, and it was an awesome game.
But didn't they have the ships in part 3?
Yeah. The ships were in part 3, but they weren't utilised to the same extent. They were just there. They were like side missions in part 3, whereas obviously in Black Flag, the going on land was the side mission really. Then they kind of rooted themselves with Unity, and they admitted it. Like they came out just recently and had a video that they've released, sort of admitting the fault that they had with Assassin's Creed Unity, an apology to the fans.
That was a classic. They didn't want to delay the game. That was an unfinished game.
Yeah.
That they hadn't finished up with their polished, and they brought it out when they promised, and it kind of failed.
Yeah.
So we just talked about that before. Maybe they needed to delay the game.
They should have delayed it.
They should have delayed it.
Yeah.
Because they did patch it afterwards. Like there was what I don't like is that for like. I'm like James. I played I played the first one, thought it was cool. Second one, I just kind of got lost, and then as each game came out, I just kind of looked at it as a reskinning.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, Assassin's Creed now with boats. Assassin's Creed now with this. But for them to bring out Unity, I could kind of see that they probably may have lost a bit of a fan base with Unity. I don't know. You've played it now, and it's all been kind of fixed. So you kind of
but the game is still flawed. Like the game is still quite boring. And there's still heaps of problems with some of the game mechanics as well. Like the guy he's really hard to control. Like they've still sort of fucked it up. The only redeeming factor of Unity would be the world they've created. It looks beautiful. Paris is amazing, and that's about it. But being in there is kind of boring. And doing everything is kind of boring.
With all this like kind of fatigue, you're a massive fan, you're playing it, and you're just saying that this is kind of getting a bit boring for you. How do you feel about Syndicate now? Like, it just seems like...
Well,
I would like to see an Assassin's Creed in the future now. I'm kind of sick and tired of this past thing. I know that's kind of their style and their thing to do like retakes on history and stuff like that, but...
Is Watch Dogs not Assassin's Creed in the future?
Yeah, it could be, but it's called Watch Dogs, not Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Like, if they wanted to do that, why didn't they just give it a go?
I feel like they don't want to take Assassin's Creed into the future just yet. Especially seeing as a lot of his, I guess, core gameplay mechanics sort of revolve around the parkour and the free running and the climbing of the buildings and stuff. Can you imagine doing that in a present day, going through New York, climbing the sky? You'll be there for half an hour climbing your building.
No, but
it's in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Well, where would you go after Victorian England?
Well, it's getting closer and closer to the present.
I can't see them going any further.
Your wish is coming true, I think.
It's the one set in China, isn't there? Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Rogue?
Yeah. Those are like little.
That's it.
No, Rogue isn't China. That's another pirate one. That
Oh,
was
is
the
it?
360 release.
What's the one set in China with the girl?
Is that a mobile game?
Yeah, no, it's like an arcade game. There's one
It's
that's
like a
set in
side-scroller,
Russia,
kinda like-
China,
Yeah, it's like a
and another
2D
one,
one,
yeah.
and it's like
Totally
side
different.
scroller. So
Oh, okay, spin off.
yeah, exactly. It's not quite the same.
So you're excited for the new one?
I'm excited for Assassin's Creed Syndicate because I agree with what you guys are saying about the fatigue of having these things every year, but the way I look at it is getting it every year is a bonus.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to devote these teams to making these games anyway because people are going to buy them anyway, so here it is. And it's a bonus that you get it. If you look at, like, say, the life cycle of other franchises, like, say, Halo, it's what, 2-3 year production cycle between each one? And in that, so that first game, 3 years later, you got that second game, and there's like a huge graphical leap, and everything's heaps better. You know, they've had heaps of time to work on it, and again, you get another 3 years. That one's heaps better. That's kind of the way I look at Assassin's Creed. I kind of look at Assassin's Creed 2 as being the pinnacle of where it started, and it was awesome. And then it sort of went off. You know, those, as you say, they were just reskinnings,
Yeah.
nothing special. And then boom, we had Black Flag, which reinvented it. Came back with the next one. So it's almost like you can forget about those ones in the middle. And I feel like we've then had Unity and Rogue and all these other bullshit ones, these like 2D side-scrollers and things in the middle, and I feel like this Syndicate is them going to do their next reinvention of it again. To come back and here we go, here's the big leap forward in Assassin's Creed from
Yeah.
Black Flag.
You talk about the big leaps. Why don't I would say why don't they take the risk of creating a whole new Assassin's Creed? You know, you're saying reinventing and stuff. Why have these middle games that are coming out? Like, why not just take that big step? Or like, why not get rid of the past and come up with the future? Or even create another IP?
But they do, like Watch Dogs is a new IP.
Yeah.
And that's basically Assassin's Creed in the future without the free running.
Same engine, yeah.
It's all money at the end of the day, though. They can make money off the name, and that's what they're doing. You know, they can release even a substandard product to some degree, like Unity, and still make money out of it. It doesn't matter, you know.
You're saying just because it says Assassin's Creed, it will sell.
Yeah, well, they won't be able to do it for long. Like, if Syndicate goes the way Unity did, I don't think there'll be another Assassin's Creed. I think this could make or break the franchise, to be honest. There was so much hate for Unity and for what Ubisoft sort of failed to do with that game.
Yeah,
That was a terrible year for Ubisoft.
yeah.
But yeah, there are some exciting things to look forward to in Syndicate. Some of the things I've...
Just been begging.
Yeah, I know. But some of the things I'm really
What are the
excited
cool things?
about...
What should we be looking forward
Okay,
to?
I'm really excited about the ability to traverse the city faster, right? So there's trains, there's steamboats, and there's horse-drawn carriages. So you don't have to run everywhere now.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And it's a bigger city as well. It's like 30% larger than Unity, so you're going to need to get around
So
quicker.
it's becoming Grand Theft Auto.
It's, yeah, basically,
Yeah.
yeah. Another thing, the ability to traverse the buildings faster, because you now got like a rope launcher.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I
So-
saw that in the trailer.
Grapple
Yeah,
hook.
You can
yeah.
use
Grapple
that to
hook, yeah.
go up, you can use it to create a zip line and go across, so more just faster traversal.
So it's becoming like Batman.
It's emulating, as you just said, two of the greatest games, Grand Theft Auto and Batman, are now feeling like they're being emulated into this.
Are they still going to have the boats and the naval?
No, I think they just lost that with Black
Yeah, I think
Flag.
that's gone. That would need to be
Does
split
that feel
off.
like a step back then?
Well, they lost it even with Unity. There was no boats.
Oh right, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't play Unity.
Yeah, it's kind of stuck in the setting.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no,
There's
which
not
is
much
fine,
they
which
could
is
do.
cool.
That pirate
Like-
theme was awesome,
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
could only do
The
it once.
pirates
Really.
side, yeah. The
Rogue
pirate side
is-
cool.
Rogue's got the boats still.
Mm.
The other thing I'm really looking forward to is the ability to switch between the characters. You've got the two main characters, Jacob and Evie Fry, and we get a female protagonist as well, which is great. They've done that before in like
Grand Theft Auto.
no, I mean they've had a female protagonist in Assassin's Creed before, but it was like a spin-off,
Yeah.
not a main solid entry in the series like this is.
Is she gonna be an assassin or is she just a thug?
They're both he's like the thug, even though they're both assassins, but he's more thuggish because it's all like
okay.
gangs of New York style, gangs of London, and he's real thuggish, and they're both part of this gang.
So you
called the
can
Rooks or
change on
whatever.
the fly? Or
Yeah,
just
in
missions,
open world
or-
gameplay you can change on the fly, but during missions I guess it's probably going to be specific to certain characters.
Hold
It's
down
becoming
mouse
quite
and push left.
popular, isn't it? The idea of being able to play multiple characters, like the new Batman, you can be Batgirl and stuff.
Yeah,
and-
switch between them as well.
yeah, it's interesting.
There's a stealth button this time. I think this is the first time they've had a stealth button in the series. You actually
What
press
is
a
this?
button
Yeah.
and go into stealth. Every other time, you literally just walk up to a wall and go vroom and blend into it, or you walk up to a crowd of people and you blend into them naturally, and so shit happens without you necessarily wanting it to happen.
Oh, okay.
This allows you to... He takes off his top hat, pulls over his hood, and enters stealth mode, and then is creeping, and you can actually control the way you hide and move within the environment stealthily. So, yes, that's a long time coming.
Okay.
And my favourite thing about it is there's no multiplayer.
No.
Yeah.
Your
Absolutely.
favourite thing? I thought you were really into the multiplayer.
I liked the multiplayer from previous, not Unity, not the co-op multiplayer, because
Black Flag?
yeah, but from Black Flag and stuff like that sort of game of cat and mouse and all that. It's quite fun. But I just like the idea that they're focusing solely on a single player campaign.
Yeah.
Not many companies do that anymore, and I think they're going to win. You know, if they can put all their eggs into that basket. I'm excited to see what they now do.
Cool.
So yeah, those are the things I'm most excited about for Assassin's Creed, and I think hopefully they can pull it off.
Hopefully.
Other things possibly we're going to see in the Ubisoft conference are Watch Dogs Part 2.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a huge lot of excitement. I don't think that game...
It sold incredibly well.
It did, but
As a game, it failed.
Yeah, I
especially on
don't
PC.
think it grabbed people as what... You know, when you look at what
they
people's-
did the announcement thing as well. It was like they showed the trailers looked awesome, the game was cool. I got excited for it.
Yeah.
I was surprised at,
I think...
in the gameplay trailer, how awesome it looked. And I don't think it delivered.
No,
So I think
it
going
didn't.
on the over-promising.
Yeah, well, there was the
Yeah.
big hoo-ha about the graphic downgrade, and then when it came out on PC, some guy within the first 3 days or something found the E3 settings and the coding,
Oh,
so
really?
you could re-enable all the settings that you saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still didn't look as good though, and then they even patched it so you couldn't use them, and oh yeah, it was just
All the fog and...
that whole year
Yeah,
was a disaster for Ubisoft.
Oh, jeez. But with that, like, do you think they can bring it back with Watch Dogs 2? Do you think...
I still haven't
Yeah,
even played
no.
it. I haven't even played it. The
Yep.
first one. Don't care.
Yeah.
It was
I
so
kind of
huge.
looked at it as a poor man's GTA.
Yeah, I can see that.
It is. It's like I said before. It's hard when there are other games now that are so similar,
Yeah.
and they just do it bigger and better. You know, like our gaming time is limited now that we're older and we're getting more responsibilities as these 30-somethings. And, you know, we want experiences that are the best. We don't want the second rate, you know.
But
like
Grand
you
Theft
said,
Auto
Grand Theft
only
Auto.
comes out every 5 years. Ubisoft will do
Yeah,
this
but,
every year
but
for
how
us.
long does that game...
I like that because they take that time for GTAs and you get excited for that. When you get a game that comes out every year, like we were saying, they're rushed, they're not putting their eggs in the right baskets. They're too busy coming up with two games with the multiplayer as well. I think they just need a general focus, which is why I think GTA did so well. It's not there every year.
Yeah.
It only comes out once at a time. People were lining up for GTA. I hadn't seen
Made
that
it-
in ages.
Made over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Ubisoft probably doesn't do that.
Yeah, just where I work, like there were lines going out of the store for GTA, and I just thought, wow, I haven't seen this much excitement for a game, and they did it so well with their announcements and what they were going to do and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm off track.
I was like, what the fuck was they talking about?
No, but it's interesting though because it's kind of scary in some ways because you know, are these companies just really going to go for these big, huge releases now, and these other games are going to take a second kind of tier because if it's not a big, huge franchise, it does well. Like, you know how Square Enix, when Tomb Raider came out, didn't make as much money as they hoped it would make, but then they had these unrealistic expectations of how much money it should make, when it actually still made a hell of a lot of money and it did really well. And I mean, in terms of a reboot, that game is fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
oh,
I
yeah.
loved it.
And I'm really excited for the next one. But they still see it as a failure in terms of their money making. And it's like, well,
You're here
Come
to
on,
make
but-
games. Like, it's not all about money.
it has to be.
No,
They have to be.
It's business.
They
yeah,
have to
they
be.
have to.
They have to make money, but they also have to think about establishing a future as well. You know, like for a franchise or for, you know, so it's not just a flash in the pan. You know, you just release this game. Oh yeah, it's not that good. We'll push that one to the side and focus back on this one now, or we'll reboot this, or we'll remaster that. And it's like, oh god, like you just. We're losing that middle ground. We're losing that nice middle ground we had before. You're getting these other games that were not big budget, not indie, but some, you know, that middle tier of games that we just like, the 7 out of 10s.
Yeah.
That were good to play, weren't great, but were still enjoyable. And that's what we're slowly going to lose those, which is kind of concerning, really.
It's almost like every game that comes out has to be a AAA title
Mm.
for them to do well.
Yeah.
Which is why I think indie games are doing so well. There's less risk.
Oh, yeah.
Less risk. They don't have to pour money in, and then if it does well, like a lot of those games like Journey and Flower, those games were just one of those, let's do this for fun, and they made a killing just because they're real simple.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just fun, really. That's all it is at the end of the day. Just come up with something fun.
Well, we'll see what they do. I'm sure there'll be a Watch Dogs 2. The first one was very successful. Splinter Cell. I'm hoping there's going to be a Splinter Cell announcement. Rayman. End War 2. Another Ghost Recon, possibly. Far Cry. There was a Far Cry...
Really?
That Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon thing that was sort of announced.
Oh, okay.
So, and now I've had Far Cry 4. I'm wondering if there'll be another Far Cry 4
spin-off.
Blood Dragon-y thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I thought they did that with the Yeti one.
That was just DLC, wasn't it? Because Blood Dragon was a standalone.
Yeah, but that's what the Yeti one was, wasn't it? It was its own map. It wasn't a...
Oh, you could download that individually, could
No,
you?
no,
without owning the
it was
game?
still DLC, but
Right.
it wasn't part of the story. It was actually...
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, maybe that was their vision for that then. I haven't played it.
But, no, I haven't either.
I guess because that's quite fantastical as well, throwing in the Yetis and...
But that Blood Dragon was cool, man. That was awesome.
Prince of Persia. Do you think we could see... it has been a very, very long time since Prince of Persia game.
Yeah, they'd have to kind of reboot it. But I guess Assassin's Creed in some ways has taken that thing in some ways. There's a bit of crossover there. I don't know.
There is.
They're almost identical.
Yeah.
I love Prince of Persia. All those Prince of Persia games I really, really enjoyed. I'd love to see that come back.
If they went back to kind of the puzzle solving mechanic of the original ones instead of the flashy flipping and slow motion with the sands of time thing, I think you could probably get something going again.
Yeah.
I'd love to see like one of those 2D/3D kind of, hybrid type games like a Shadow Complex or whatever, in a Metroidvania type Prince of Persia. That would be
Like the original Prince of Persia,
yeah, going back
2D side-scroller.
with awesome graphics and nice puzzles and
That was good. The remake they did of that.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I'd play that, and just as an arcade type game, that'd be cool.
I really enjoyed the first Prince of Persia they released on the 360, the cel-shaded version. That was freaking awesome. It was so fun to play, and that was puzzle based.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's got to be the pressure pads and the spikes and
All of that jazz,
getting through, trying to open this door to this door. That's what I found fun about the originals, anyway.
All right, moving on because we've got a few more things to talk about. So there's a Square Enix conference as well.
Yep.
We're more than likely going to be seeing Final Fantasy 15, and more than likely going to be seeing Just Cause 3, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided.
Yep.
So yeah, pretty.
Yep. So all sequels.
Deus Ex. Yeah, that'd be
Yes.
All franchises we all probably have played and enjoyed, and everyone's just going to buy it. And
Just Cause is pretty good. I actually really like the Just Cause series. I've never beaten any of them because they're just like fun to play and you get lost in the world.
That's what I see. It's just a fun action game.
Yeah.
Just
muck
kind
around.
of take the piss. Yeah, muck around. I don't think it's a completionist kind of game.
It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto with all the mods already enabled.
Yeah. Over the top. There's some cool stuff you could pull off in there. But it's about its freedom in that game.
Yeah, totes. Final Fantasy 15 looks pretty sweet, and it's been a while, so I'm pretty excited for that. And especially I'm on the Final Fantasy 10 hype at the moment because I'm playing it and it's awesome. And so I'm keen for more Final Fantasy.
Yeah. For me, I haven't played any of the new ones. Last one I played was Part 10 actually.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But the only thing that would draw me back now, I tried 13 for a little bit, but I find just the on rails component of it a bit off-putting. I don't like the whole just following this
This
roller
linear
coaster.
Linear track.
Yeah, just like okay, this monster kill. At one point, I was just doing this with a button, and I was like talking to someone because and
then you beat the game.
No, well, I got pretty far because all I was doing was attacking. I was just attacking. Hang on, health potion. Okay, attack, and I was just like...
Yeah, it was pretty boring.
I was like, okay, this was more fun because it's been like this before, but I don't know, I couldn't get it.
They took away your choices in combat. Like, it literally was just press button to attack. Whereas at least in because Final Fantasy X is actually quite linear as well, as I've noticed playing it again. But at least in combat, there's so many more choices you can scroll through for things you want to do with each of your characters. It's just more engaging that way.
Yeah.
Isn't Tomb Raider part of Square
Now,
Enix?
Tomb Raider is Square Enix, But Microsoft bought Tomb Raider. The
So
rights.
which
Exactly, which conference will
which
it be in?
conference will it be?
I would imagine there'll be a major Tomb Raider reveal in the Microsoft conference, and then some follow-up information in the Square Enix conference. Maybe multiplayer features, or maybe just a trailer. I'm not sure. But I think the main focus of Tomb Raider will be in Microsoft. That's basically becoming their flagship action title, and directly competing against what will probably be the main one on Sony, is be their Uncharted trailer, The only other one from Square Enix would be Kingdom Hearts 3, which is coming out on all consoles now, which is great. It's not just Sony.
Yeah.
Don't know how I feel about that. I enjoyed the first one, loved it actually.
I played them. I didn't complete them because I think they were just a tad bit too kiddie for me. But there's a few friends of mine that was like their childhood kind of games.
Yeah.
So they're really excited for that. I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll look cool and it'll be awesome and very nostalgic with all those Disney characters and stuff.
Oh,
But also, if you look at the possibility, Kingdom Hearts, Disney, now Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean and all that stuff, which is
And Marvel.
and all that stuff in Marvel. So like I don't know if they're going to be in there, but just that possibility sounds really cool.
Does
It's
sound
interesting.
cool. I think I would rather it was stayed more true
Core,
to its
the classic
roots. I'd
roots,
still
yeah.
prefer to see Mickey, Donald, Goofy.
Yeah, they'll definitely be in there, but
But going through the worlds of the Disney sort of animated films, that's what sort of does it for me. I'd still rather go through the Little Mermaid world and Aladdin's world, Arabian Nights and all that sort of stuff, than go through, Indoor or
Tangled.
or even the latest ones. Like there'll be a Frozen frickin' map for sure with
Yeah,
the success of that bloody one.
Jesus.
In fact, I'm sure that one of those girls will be like one of the fucking playable characters.
Yeah.
And you'll hear the, do you want to build a
shut up,
snowman?
shut up.
That'll be the opening thing and then Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Alright, Square's done. Moving into Microsoft, as we've said, Tomb Raider, definitely. Rise of the Tomb Raider will probably be either one they end on or start on, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But I actually think they'll open with Halo 5. Halo 5 Guardians. Forza 6, definitely, we'll see that. Fable Legends, definitely, we'll see that.
Are these official? Oh, they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Halo 5, Forza 6, and Rise of the Tomb Raider are. Fable Legends, I think, is
Sequels.
still a little
All
tentative.
sequels.
Yeah. But Legends must be coming out soon, so they'll show it for sure. Call of Duty is the interesting one because they've actually always opened the Microsoft conference with Call of Duty.
Oh,
They've
really?
always had that partnership with Activision where they've
Yeah,
done
with
that.
Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 3. But just recently, I've been following the development of Black Ops 3 on IGN, and those guys are saying that all of the test stuff that they've been seeing has been shown to them on PS4s. And so they're dubious as to whether or not it'll be at the Microsoft conference, and of course that makes me think, I guess not.
They've banked on Tomb Raider, so maybe you're going to be right about them opening with that.
Yeah, maybe they'll open with Tomb Raider. I hope they do, because, Sony will probably open with Uncharted. Oh, no, they'll close with
They'll
Uncharted.
close with it. Yeah.
They'll close with it, yeah, true. Other ones, we'll probably see some sort of announcement for Minecraft with the recent acquisition that Microsoft's purchasing Mojang.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so there'll be something there, Minecraft 2, or... I don't even know. Don't even care, to be honest. Minecraft's not my buzz.
Yeah, but it's very
But it's
popular.
huge.
It's really
Oh,
popular
I
and
know,
huge,
I know.
and I can see the pull with it. It's
Yeah.
what?
It'll get a lot of hate too, though. Minecraft too.
Yeah, because they wouldn't release it on Sony systems, wouldn't they? Or PCs? Oh no, that
That's just throwing money away,
It's
isn't it?
it's a lack of need for it. I mean, like, graphically, you can't do anything else with it because of the graphic thing it is.
Yeah.
So, and there's no world for Minecraft besides what Minecraft is, so there's no point in making a second one, I think.
So what would the announcement be then?
I don't even know why they bought it.
Yeah, I didn't know
Besides
why.
making money off it.
I think you'd be surprised. It might be something they can come up with as a sequel.
It'd be
They
very
must have
hard.
an
Well,
idea.
It'd be
With
very
the,
hard.
now that not now, but because they bought it. Well, what about the ones Minecraft on PS3? And
Yeah, it's a Microsoft published Minecraft, so
Yeah.
that's now Microsoft's name is on on your Sony system. They probably bought it for that reason alone.
Yeah, they're still a publisher, they're not just...
but no, that's a good point though. Minecraft 2, Isn't that throwing money away if they don't put it on all their systems? Or
I thought they were putting it on.
It depends if it's going to be a selling point.
I
to
don't know.
drag
Would
people onto a
would
system.
Sony want Minecraft too?
Surely. Like what? Because again, that's throwing money away.
Sell,
if
but it's a Microsoft.
It's kind of I know.
Yeah.
It's an
I don't know.
interesting debate.
Yeah.
Gears of War remaster. That's been leaked. There's been leaked sort of
That'll definitely be
information
if
on
it's been
that.
leaked.
Oh, and there's also a studio, as we know, Black Tusk is working on Gears of War 4. So there'll be information, I'm assuming, about Gears of War 4, and that'll probably follow hot on the heels of them also announcing, and we've got the remaster for you. So,
Well, that's what they have because Gears of War hasn't been on the scene for a while now. So
It's been a long time.
that's what that's the pattern that I'm seeing is that they'll come with Halo. Obviously, with Halo 5 coming out, Master Chief Edition, so you can revisit those, and they've been revamped and stuff to kind of keep you coming back.
Yeah, it's whetting your appetite.
They'll be doing this definite same with Gears of War.
Yeah.
Are they complete remakes like Halo 2, or is it they're just HD
It'll be
kind of
like
so frames a second? And...
Yeah. Now, what they did with Halo 2 was phenomenal and probably took them a long time. The Gears of War won't get that treatment. It'll be whatever they can do to HD it up for the new system and make it play. That would be what I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Although on top of that Halo 5 announcement, though, I reckon that the ODST thing will be available at E3 instantly.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Like that'll just be an announcement. Here you go. You download it now. It's
Will they
available.
do Reach? Do you think?
I want them to. It seems absolutely stupid not to. I don't see how you can remaster every other Halo game bar one. Like it just seems so cruel.
Sorry, it's taking the spotlight now. Gears of War. Is it that's all the Gears of War games, or is
I
it?
heard it was just the first one.
Hard to say at this stage.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Not 1, 2, and 3.
The leak is that it's just the first one.
One was by far the most successful.
Yeah.
But that seems
I remember
silly.
playing 1 and 2 multiplayer with you.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
there was another one on a boat that I thought was real crap. Judgment.
Oh, do you play Judgment?
No, I played the first level of Judgment.
Oh, I never played Judgment. Sort of felt like the bastard child of
the bastard child.
what bloody shit. What are they called? I can't remember.
Anyway,
Yeah. So that's Quantum Break. Did I say Quantum Break?
We mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
I think there'll be something.
what's
again.
Quantum Break?
It's the next one from Remedy.
Alan Wake.
Alan Wake. So
Oh, right.
it's all flashy, sort of.
Oh, is that trailer with
videos.
the
slow motion
Oh,
where
right.
everything freezes in midair and they walk through it?
And it's like a TV series, like the way it plays
Yeah,
out.
it's episodic and it's
Oh, right, okay.
investigative and.
But there is actually a TV show as a part of the game that you watch, and it blends into it. It's kind of like some sort of weird interactive television type experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's quite ambitious.
Yeah.
I'll be,
Their storytelling is pretty good, actually. Like it's a
Yeah.
very original way of telling their.
and it
their
wouldn't
stories.
it wouldn't surprise me if they announced an Alan Wake remaster or Alan Wake 2 at the same time. You know, just to coincide with the.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Because they've already confirmed that they've had. They've shelved Alan Wake 2 for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's just sitting there, and they're not doing anything with it. If I could be wrong, but that's what I read anyway.
Okay.
So
So possibly.
you might not see that for another year or two, I'd say.
What
Yeah.
else? What else we got?
Crackdown is going to be probably announced as well. There was a cel-shaded sort of open world, futuristic GTA style type fun game. I personally don't know why they're bringing it back, but it was popular enough, obviously. And Rare are going to make an announcement of some description, probably Viva
Yeah.
Pinata.
That would be pretty exciting. Hopefully something new would be kind of cool.
I actually really love Viva Pinata.
Mm.
It's my like guilty gaming pleasure. So I'd like to see a part 3. All right, so in the Sony conference, we've got things we're definitely going to see. It's got to be Uncharted 4 at some
Uncharted
point.
4, definitely. I think they'll just show more of the game, I think. And just because the gameplay trailer that they showed last year was awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
it was really cool.
It's one of the reasons why I bought a PS4.
In saying that though, do you think we'll do you think we'll see it playable? Like a early demo code of it at E3?
Depends how far along it is, because I don't think it's coming out this year. Like, I think it's a 2016 game.
Yeah.
So, I guess there must be something to show a year out.
Or do you think it's just another gameplay trailer? Maybe a different bit? No?
No.
I don't know.
I'd throw it out there.
I just don't, because I reckon they're going to do an HD remaster of the trilogy, right? So,
I
thus far.
don't know if that's been announced yet. But
No, I don't think it's announced.
it'd be cool. I'd play them.
But it seems to be one of the like the Gears of War thing. Like we're hearing things in the pipeline. I feel like that'll probably happen, an HD remaster for those three.
You reckon they do that?
They're remastering everything. Why
It
would
just sounds like so boring to hear.
Well, there are a lot of people that probably haven't played them.
I think
That's probably right.
I think I played a few minutes of 2 and it didn't get me at all. I wasn't.
You missed out. You didn't even
I
play
wasn't
3,
fussed.
bro. It's like,
Yeah. Well, there's new.
I know what you mean.
New.
What else? What else?
people-
Sony can.
Everyone's gone to the Rapture.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about it?
What is it?
It's a PS4 exclusive. It's like it's kind of like you're in this quaint sort of old English town, and it's like an open world thing. But there's no guns. You're just walking around, sort of investigating. It kind of reminds me of what was that old bloody game from the yesteryear? You know.
Yeah, I know the one. It's a Japanese one. Shadow of Destiny. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it wasn't actually, but it's probably similar to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Shadow of Destiny, if anyone's played it. It's just like an exploration experience sort of game. It looks really interesting because of the fact that there's no shooting, there's no guns, and it's just you totally just have to explore this world and see what's going on.
That would be nice.
Yeah. And it looks beautiful, so there'll be some more information on that.
Oh,
no
what's
doubt.
that? What's that space game called where you just go
No
through
Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky.
There'll be something on
Yeah,
that for sure.
that game looks cool, man. It's like fully you're just traveling the universe on these. There was like just these different planets and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like billions,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah. It's what's it called, self-generated
Yeah,
kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's never the same.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just one of those just exploring kind of going through. That game looks interesting and it doesn't look. It looks indie to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like AAA title. It just seems like.
Is it a Kickstarter one?
I'm not entirely sure.
No,
I
it's
haven't done my
it's
research on
it's a
that. But
proper release.
it looks
Okay.
fun. Like you can actually go in space and then fly on into
Land on
atmospheres of other
planets.
planets, land,
Yeah.
and like there's different environments and animals. And some
Like
I remember
resource
seeing like a
management.
dinosaur in one of them, and then
Oh, yeah.
honestly just get up, fly, go into space, all that stuff. And I think that seems really
Yeah,
really
sounds
cool.
fun.
I think
Yeah.
it seems a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll have a story. I think it's just a go.
Yeah, just
kind of thing.
exploring.
But I'm looking forward to that. That should
Yeah.
be real cool.
Actually, speaking of dinosaurs, I saw the trailer for a new game coming out called Ark, Survival Evolved.
Is it the
And there's like a prehistoric world sort of thing. There's dinosaurs and you can ride them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this with the
Fucking ride
is
a dinosaur.
Is that with the VR thing, the Project Morpheus or?
Possibly.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's the trailer I saw, and it was actually it was one of those Project Morpheus, one of the VR bloody headset things, and that was kind of its pull. It looked really cool.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
it
it looks
did look
really
quite
cool. I love dinosaurs at the best of times, so just put them in a
I
game
love dinosaurs.
and I will buy it.
Mm.
Yeah, Project Morpheus, as you say, I mean, Sony's definitely going to showcase that to some degree. I
Yeah,
don't know how.
it'd be
but-
nice to see some VR stuff at E3, especially Oculus Rift. Now they've actually
Oculus
said
Rift,
it's
yeah.
coming out next year, in the next beginning of next year.
Yeah.
So that you've got to push that, whatever's there. Someone said they're definitely looking at developing games for. I think it's Ubisoft actually.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah, they've said we are going to support this, and we and that's full credit to them, because I think that's good. Because some people have been really on the fence. They're
Yeah.
sitting back and waiting, like Microsoft, saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, we'll just see how that goes." Blah blah. It's like, come on, push
give
the
it-
technology and innovate it, please.
You
Like,
saw
I
how
think
they
Sony
failed
are
with
really good.
Kinect.
Oh, I think Sony are really good with supporting their kind of stuff, even if it fails. At least they
Yeah.
gave it a go, like with the Move and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it will catch on. In my opinion, I could be wrong, But the way I see it, I think it'd be cool, like playing something like No Man's Sky, actually flying in a ship. Even though it's controlling, I'd like the idea that I could like look behind my shoulder.
Yeah.
If I'm being attacked or if I can land, I like the idea that I could look. I don't think it'll. For me, I don't think I could do it all the time.
Yeah.
I do like watching the TV and just playing it as is, but
and casual gamers won't.
Yeah, specific games.
Certain games that will
first
work
person
really
shooters,
well.
I think would kind of work as well. But I'd find it annoying that I'd have to keep looking around and stuff. And
They made a crucial announcement just the other day, actually, that they're not going to block it from being able to view porn.
Yeah, they're keeping it open.
So they're going to keep it open. That in itself will sell it. Because if you can sell it
It'll make,
to the mass market, and let's face it, porn is mass market. And you think of the possibilities of wearing virtual
it's like, why lock it off? There's a full-on business opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, those point of view videos that you get on the internet are going to be perfect for VR.
What are they called?
Point of view, POV.
Well, they like, it could make more money in the porn sector than it does in the gaming sector.
Exactly.
And probably will.
But in the process, bring the price down for video game consumers, and then have developers come in and go, oh, well, now they've got a base, a hardware base of people using it, we'll start making more games for it. That's how the technology could take off, through porn.
Well, hopefully, porn can do that for us.
Yeah, well, porn's done some great things,
For humankind.
Kill the porn!
It pushed the VCR industry in the beginning with VHS. What were people buying? They were buying porn.
And wasn't the first online credit card transaction for porn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the internet. Yeah. So it actually drives a lot of stuff in the entertainment industry.
It does.
Porn and technology.
Yeah.
Porn pushes us forward.
Yeah.
Porn pushes us forward. On that note, back to Sony. So, we're likely to see a God of War remaster announcement.
Hey, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love the God of War series, and I think it's obviously looking towards another God of War coming out. So I think doing again with the Uncharted, as you were saying, it's not so that Uncharted 3 was really cool, especially for those who haven't played it yet. I found that the game had a really good way of making you feel like a badass. You were taking out gods, you were killing them, and in the most gruesome ways, and it was awesome. You felt cool doing that kind of stuff, and you fell for it. It was the whole anti-hero. Kratos was one of the first anti-heroes that I played in the game, and I just thought that was so cool. You're on his side. You wouldn't want to be his best friend or meet him in the dark alley. But I was rooting for that dude. I was like, rip Zeus's head off.
Yeah.
Like, and I really enjoyed it. And I would play it again, even though I have played and completed God of War 3. It'll be cool to see an HD remake of that. And also, I kind of class these HD remakes as almost my second playthrough.
Yeah.
It gives you a new excuse to play it again.
Yeah, new excuse to play, a new excuse to buy it, if it's not overpriced.
Yeah. But if you're getting all three of them.
I'm actually going to a Sony conference soon, and I believe that they'll be showing that.
Nice.
Yeah,
well, you can talk about what you
so
see.
I'll talk about that when I
cool.
see that. And also Until Dawn is another code that they may be showing as well.
Yeah, that'll probably be at the conference too.
I'll tell you about it when we come across it.
Yeah, alright, well stay tuned. So, Gran Turismo 7, no doubt.
Yeah.
Likely. Can it even compete with Forza 6?
I just Gran Turismo, bro.
Forza 4 kicked it off the top spot.
But I find that
Quite
it's an
convincingly.
arcade driver, not a simulator.
No, it's quite.
Forza's
It's
a simulator.
It's a really good simulator experience. Or not as much as the PC ones, but
Pretty damn good. Like, Forza definitely is leading the way in terms of car racing games. And
But the Gran Turismo was almost like the birth of.
Yes.
So like this is next gen now. This is.
if they can come back and do what Forza is doing, then I guess they could reclaim the mantle because they are the original. And there are more PS4s out there than there are Xbox Ones, so I guess you could easily sell more Gran
There you
Turismo
go.
7s just in that alone.
Or
But
just for those racing fans that are out there, they don't get racing fans don't get a lot of games. We talked about earlier, will a racing game ever be Game of the Year?
yeah,
I don't think they're that mainstream to be, but there's definitely a market for it.
Well,
Yeah.
you could argue Mario Kart, but
Mario Kart did one magazine gave Mario Kart Game of the Year in the same year that Grand Theft Auto got Game of the Year. It's like, how
But
does
there's like that is racing and stuff, but that more kind of sells the Mario Nintendo.
yeah,
And it's kind of like you're shooting each other. It's a fun game.
yeah.
Not to say racing games aren't
Do you think
fun.
it's a bit harsh though that a racing game can't get Game of the Year? Like, why not? If Forza 6 is perfect and polished and beautiful in the same amount of time and effort goes into creating this product, why can it not compete with Grand Theft Auto?
Because it's hard when it's niche. It's
Yeah,
the user base.
it's just racing. It's just driving around a track. Where with GTA, you can get out, you can shoot, you have that choice to do what you want. But that's what GTA and those open world games are. I know what you mean.
I mean, obviously comparing it with something like Grand Theft Auto or even, I guess, The Last of Us is probably not good. But if you compared it against, I'm just trying to think of another like Game of the Year sort of winner that's just say an action game where you're just attacking and going through your levels. I mean,
Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, like something like that. It's no different. Like you've got your game mechanics and your product. Like, because I don't ever see a racing game getting Game of the Year, and it's just, I don't know, I feel sorry for them a little.
Here's an interesting thought. Imagine if Tetris hadn't been made yet, and it got released next year for the first time ever, and theoretically that is probably the biggest selling game of all time, probably one of the greatest games of all time in some ways, for what it is, gameplay wise. Would that win Game of the Year as a puzzle game?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Exactly.
I think it'd be like, if it got released now, it'd be like the next Angry Birds.
It would be a mobile game.
Yeah, it'd be a mobile game.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because I guess it's kind of silly to say now because in the context of when it was made.
Yeah, because that was just like, oh, the triangle.
Yeah, it's pretty
2 blocks.
pretty popular, but yeah, could a puzzle game ever win? No. What we're looking
I think
at,
a puzzle game would have a less chance than the racing game.
we need filmic, story-driven, character-driven games.
Well, that's why The Last of Us tipped Grand Theft Auto. By all accounts, Grand Theft Auto should have got Game of the Year.
Yeah, people want emotional
Across the board.
experiences now in the games, and that's what's going to trump every time.
Yeah.
So you're looking at things like The Witcher 3,
Even Dragon Age.
Yeah, Dragon Age, that kind of stuff is what's basically people are kind of measuring it by now.
Yeah. Right.
It's the ride.
Okay, so that's the main conferences that you're going to be seeing and the main games at those conferences. So there are a few other games. I'll just quickly rattle them off. Things you're likely to see and you're probably excited about. From EA, you're going to see Mass Effect probably, Mirror's Edge 2 definitely, Star Wars Battlefront and Titanfall 2. Activision, they're going to no doubt show off Call of Duty. In which conference I don't know. There will be Guitar Hero Live and there will also be Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Boom Shakalaka. Konami will be showing something from Metal Gear Solid 5. Warner Brothers will be no doubt showing some Mad Max stuff, some Lego stuff. 2K, they'll be showing Borderlands 3 and Battleborn and Harmonix Rock Band 4. So those are some other things you can look out for. I'm pretty excited about Mass Effect 4 to be honest. Out of that
Definitely.
I mean, there's some cool stuff in there. Tony Hawk for sure, Star Wars for sure, but man, Mass Effect. Yeah. All right, so that's about all we have time for this week. We'll catch you again in a fortnight as usual. You'll be getting these episodes coming up throughout the week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you'll be getting the full episode on Saturday. If you have any suggestions, recommendations for things you want to hear us talk about, just leave them in the comments below. Also, hit us up on Twitter, #4NZGamers. Is that it? Or 4NZ Gamers? I don't know how this Twitter thing works, but we're going to figure it out. So, on behalf of Dave and the two Jameses, I've been Phil Brooks, and this has been 4NZ Gamers.
Peace.
See you.